Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to do a shop my stash, get ready with me. These are the products that I currently have in my collection. Majority of them are the products that I've used. Some of them I used to love and use on a daily, but then since I purchased a few new products, I kind of forgotten them and put them right at the back of the drawer. Also, if you could hear a lot of mumbling and laughing in the background, my partner's friends are currently over, so they're playing fighting games downstairs. Other than that, let's hop right into the video. This video is actually inspired by the latest Fenty Beauty Snapshadow. Rihanna came out with two snap shadows. The first one is in the shade Money, which has got a few different shades of green. I also did a makeup look inspired by that palette, but for today we are inspired by the shade Wine. So this is what it looks like. I'm not sure if you could see, but the color selection are more on that winey, burgundy, rosy tones, and the palette that I found that has got a few shades that are close to the Fenty Beauty Snapshadow is this one right here. This is from Mecca Max and this is in Dream Queen. This is a limited edition palette unfortunately, but if you have this eyeshadow palette, this could act as an eye and face palette, which is really good because then you have a lot of everyday shades that you could use. So majority of the shades in here are somewhat reminiscent to the Wine Fenty Beauty palette. I've already primed my face with my moisturizer. So what I am going to do is to actually start with the eyes because I don't know what I am going to do yet. So it's better to start with the eyes. That way if we mess up, then we can easily remove it. I am using the Mecca Max Transfomer Eye Primer. I've been loving that as of late, and I actually much prefer that primer as opposed to the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer because of the packaging. The ABH primer, it gave me a really hard time. It just oozes a lot of product and I've wasted so much product. So to set the eyes, I am going to go and use the shade right here, which is somewhat similar to the Snap Shadow. And I'm going to pop that underneath the brow bone as well because I want that highlight. And I believe I've only used this eyeshadow palette twice since I purchased this eyeshadow palette. On the Fenty Snap Shadow, the darker shade runs a little bit more on that maroon shade. So what I'm going to do is to actually mix in these two shades right here to create that shade, and I'm going to apply that straight on my outer V and place that shadow. See, even this is a little bit lighter. The Fenty Beauty is a lot more darker, but we can make this work. So I'm just using an angled brush to try and place the eyeshadow, and then I'm going to grab my blender brush and slowly blend the shade, and I'm going to go back to the same two shades and deepen that a little bit more and use the same brush to bring in that shadow with the brush that we used to set the eyes. I don't have any product in here, so I'm just gonna use this brush to blend the edges. That way it will look like we've applied our transition, but then we kind of just blended this shadow up. That shade that they have, it's a little bit more bronzy but has a little bit of pink to it. So I am guessing it's somewhat similar to this shade right here, where it's bronzy but it has a hint of pink. Like it's not as pink as the one that they have on the palette, but I feel like that could work. And maybe I will add a little bit of this shade right here. So I am going to use my finger to pop that bronzy shade first. Teeny tiny blender brush just to get along the crease. I am going to pick up the lighter shade. I want it to be a little bit more pink, so maybe I will pop in a little bit of that shade. And then we're gonna go back to the burgundy shade just to deepen it up. I think I'm pretty happy with how my lids look, so I'm just gonna quickly pop on some mascara and fill in my brows, and we're gonna do our base. Moving on to the foundation, I am going to use my Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation, and I have the shade 51WY. I don't know why I stopped using this foundation. It's actually a nice foundation that I own. It's quite lightweight and it's very easy to customize the coverage, and I do find that it's a little bit lighter. The feeling is a little bit lighter than any of my foundations, and it gives such a natural finish. And I have been using this Sedona Lace flat top brush to blend my foundation. It just packs on the foundation, blends it out, gives me a more flawless finish as opposed to a sponge. So I'm going to add a little bit more just on the areas where I want to cover. I think I'm going to apply my bronzer first and then conceal. So I'm going to apply this Rimmel London Instaduo contour stick. Instead of applying or drawing it on my face, I've been using a brush to apply the product instead, and this is the e.l.f. I don't even know what type of brush this is, but it's this one right here. And I find that I could control the amount of product on my face when I use a brush as opposed to me just drawing it onto my face. And I feel like I could get a good blend if I were to do this first and then conceal. Part of the reason of me trying to shop my stash and just really trying to not buy makeup is because I find that I waste so much. I find makeup that has been sitting there for ages and I don't even remember when I purchased them, which is not very conscious and it's not very ideal. It's just a lot of waste, not only on my financial situation but also on the environment as well. So I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer to give me a little bit of highlight and lift. I don't like that concealer very much anymore because I have stopped applying like a very full-on coverage on my face. So I feel like that concealer is quite thick and very heavy. Also the tone is very light. I have the shade 8.5, which has got more of a yellow undertone as opposed to the other shades they have, which runs a little bit more pinky and neutral. So I have decided that I'm gonna do a no buy for 6 months, just because I really want to focus on trying to finish up my makeup. And also I feel like makeup releases right now is very repetitive. Like there's not really any makeup that is quite new or very innovative anymore because everything else have been done before, and so they are just trying to relive what has been done instead of creating something new and revolutionary. So since I have that very stark highlight, I can then go back to the brush that I used to apply the bronzer and slowly blend them together. And to set my under eye, I am going to use the Innisfree No Sebum Moisture Powder. I'm not sure about the moisture part. I don't really feel like it does give me any moisturizing feeling, but it does a great job on mattifying my face without making me look like I powdered so much. And the Urban Decay foundation doesn't really need a lot of powder because it sets into a nice soft matte finish. So if you have an oily skin, this is such a good foundation. It could also work for dry skin. You just have to prep really good and use a moisturizing primer if you have a drier skin. For the powder bronzer, I am going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzer, and this one is in the shade Saddle. Oh my god, I used to use this so much, but I stopped because I have found another bronzer that I like, and also it is more on the cleaner side of the beauty spectrum. It has more of a golden yellow undertone, which is similar to the MAC Give Me Sun or the Fenty Beauty Bajan powder. So since I already have that bronzer, I'm not gonna apply a lot. For blush, I actually have a cream blush, so even though I've already applied my powder and stuff, I feel like I could always apply a cream blush on top of this, and this one I have already tried and used beforehand. So this is the AOA, what's this called? Cream Sheer Blush, and this one is in the shade, I do not know, Demure. And this is only $1 US. It's a good, affordable blush. Oh, whoopsie. Okay, I messed up. Oh my gosh. Okay, how do I retract? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Abort, abort, abort. I underestimated how much I applied. Okay, it kind of sheared out a little bit now, but that's a very pigmented blush for a $1 product. Use my powder. So for highlighter, I might have to use this one from the contour stick, just a teeny tiny bit. Not too much. To finish off the eyes, I am going to use this shade right here, which is more of a maroon shade, and just use that one shade to smoke out the lashes. And for inner corner highlight, I am going to pick up this pink shade and then the mascara. I can't wait to finish this mascara and go back to my Essence Lash Princess, because honestly that's like one of the best mascaras that I've ever tried from the drugstore. I'm currently using the L'Oreal by Karl Lagerfeld collab, and I mean, it's a decent mascara, but it doesn't give me the oomph that I want for a mascara. I have two lip options in here. I want to go dark, so I have this brown toned lip, and I also have this more maroon lip. So I think I am going to mix those two because I cannot decide, so we're gonna have to use the two. I'm going to line my lips with this Colourpop lip pencil collab with Bretman Rock, and this one is in the shade Dew. I apologize if the lips is not perfectly applied. That's why I only wear nude lips, because I'm not like the best in applying dark lips. But yeah, So here is my Fenty Beauty Wine eyeshadow palette inspired makeup look. I wanted to channel the winter vibes, and also I kind of want to go dark because I have not really done this type of makeup look before. I usually just gravitate more on like the bronzy, champagne, very quick and easy kind of look. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye!